Hello, Al Smith here from Future Swiss, parent company of Remote Mast. What we'd like to do today is we're going to demonstrate your basic Remote Mast functions. In a later video, we're going to demonstrate some of the different controllers and options that we have available. But for today, when you get it unpacked, you get it set up, this is what you'll have. You notice the routing for the cable. We have all your manual adjustments as you would on a normal microphone stand. To get in closer, your adjustments this way, all pretty much standard for a manual adjusting stand. This stand also has 12 inches of vertical manual adjustment this way. And the purpose of this is so that you can get your stand set at your minimum setting for your lectern and you're ready to go for your adjustment automatically. So we're going to start right here in this particular position. And then we're going to show you we have 12 inches of vertical motion, if you would. Let's go up. We have 12 inches of vertical motion for the microphone to be adjusted for whoever is speaking. And that's really your basic function, up and down. The options that we have available allow you different ways to operate it from the sound booth. But we can go up 12 inches up and then 12 inches back down. So we have a pretty good range for most any speaker that you'll have. Thank you. Hello, Al Smith here from Remote Mast. Today we'd like to describe some of the optional accessories that we have and the options as far as the controllers. What we have here on this side, this is our Bluetooth controller. Also a Wi-Fi controller is very similar to this. We have the hardwired control, which goes in the sound booth here. And we also have the RF controller with the key fobs with this. This option here, the accessory, this is our battery-powered version. This battery has been tested to over 2,000 cycles and lasts quite a while. We'll be demonstrating that as well. And this is really nice if you want completely wireless operation. So let's take a look first at our hardwired, our basic system. All right, and here we are with our Remote Mast. This is our wired controller. This is what you would find in the sound booth. You have your on-off switch. Here in the back of the controller is the connections. This is the output that goes to the mast. And this is our 12-volt power supply coming from off the wall. And our fuse, which rarely ever blows. But there's an extra one if you ever need it. Now this controller, which is going to be in the sound booth, has your own very simple up and down control. If we look back here at our remote, our mast that's here, we're going to see that our up position and flipping the switch down. It's that easy to do. Now when you're hooking this and wiring it up, the cable, this goes underneath the floor to the mast. If it happens to be running backwards, you could easily reverse the wires right here and it'll correct that reversing situation. Our power runs to the XLR floor plate and power, as you can see there. And our power supply here is very simple plug-in, which would be in the sound booth also with your controller. That's our wired controller. The next version we have, or optional way of controlling the Remote Mast, this is the RF version of the control. Now this control is powered off the same 12-volt power supply that we find with the other controls. The power comes from the wall, regular plug-in, which hopefully is near the stand. And then we have two fobs that come with it, up and down, that we can use. Now what we're going to do is we're going to show this actually hooked up on the stand. Here's the RF version of the control, and it's plugged into the wall with our 12-volt power supply, which in this particular installation is near the Remote Mast stand. Now the output wire is plugged into the power here. Now this is very easily installed either through the screw holes underneath the lectern, or it comes with a magnetic bar that can also be put right on the side and installed this way at any particular point. But the fob control then is operated back from anywhere remotely. As you can see, we have the up control and you have the down, done by the key fob, which is good up to at least 50 meters. This is our RF control basic installation. Now there's another option that can be done with this as well. If you don't have a 110 volt outlet near the stand, what can be done is the receiver, the power supply can all be mounted off stage. If it's off stage on the side, then just this power connector or cable has to run to the bottom of the stand from the receiver. So this can be off the stage, doesn't have to be there. All you would need is an extension cable, which is also available at our online store. And this is our RF version. This particular version of controller is the Bluetooth or the Wi-Fi activated version. Similar to the others, this is plugged into an outlet for your 12 volt input. And with the magnet on the back, it's easily mounted either on the mast, or you can use the mounting holes to put it on the lectern, same as the others that we have. The operation of this is controlled off of our app, either Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, and it can be controlled remotely that way. So here we are going up, and then we can go back down simply by using the Bluetooth off the phone or the Wi-Fi. Now, a couple of interesting things to know about this operation is that with the Bluetooth, you can only operate one phone at a time. You can download as many apps to all the different phones there at the hall, but only one can actually be connected to the receiver at a time. So if a second person wants to use it, the first person has to disconnect their Bluetooth from the receiver, and then the second person can connect. And that is the same function for our Wi-Fi or our Bluetooth versions. The same also as our RF, as we demonstrated earlier, that this control box can be off the platform or off stage and can be remotely wired only with the power by use of an extension wire. That way your power supply and the receiver can all be off stage as a different alternative to the installation. That's our Wi-Fi and Bluetooth versions. One of the accessories that we'd like to demonstrate also is our truly wireless option, which is battery powered. Now, if you're battery powered, accessories come with a charging power supply, and there's also the connecting cable. In this particular case, it's the Bluetooth that we're using for the wireless. This is powered very easily, turned on and off, and is charged through the same port. This particular battery, we have a magnetic mount on the bottom, and it's easily put right onto the base. So with it functioning this way, you could use a wireless microphone as well, and then you still have that same power to go up and down using our Bluetooth app.